Imagine a time when humanity was on the brink of extinction, when a single event threatened to wipe out almost all of our ancestors. Before modern humans walked the Earth, a catastrophic bottleneck nearly erased our species from existence. Join us as we unravel the mysteries behind this ancient event. We will discover the causes, the survivors, and the incredible journey that led to survival of our ancestors, and therefore our existence. Welcome, and let us make the past come alive. In 1972, a groundbreaking study came out suggesting that a genetic limitation occurred between 35,000 and 65,000 years ago, significantly reducing human population and genetic diversity. Initially, the exact cause was unknown, but by the 1990s, scientists began to link this event to the eruption of Lake Toba in Indonesia, which happened 74,000 years ago. This eruption was estimated to be 10,000 times more powerful than Mount St. Helens and was believed to have had a catastrophic effect on the climate. The resulting severe environmental changes were thought to have pushed human populations to the brink of extinction, with only about 3,000 to 10,000 individuals surviving. For many years, this theory was the prevailing explanation for the observed drop in human genetic diversity. In recent years, there has been a shift in the scientific consensus regarding the impact of the Lake Toba eruption on human populations. Initially, it was believed that the eruption, which occurred about 74,000 years ago, caused a severe genetic reduction, drastically reducing human genetic diversity. However, new evidence suggests that the eruption's impact might not have been as profound as previously thought. Some populations living relatively close to the volcano survived, which questions the extent of the eruption's devastation. Furthermore, recent climate models indicate that the eruption's climatic effects were less extreme than earlier estimates, and its timing does not match well with a significant drop in population. This has led some scientists to argue that the Lake Toba eruption may not have caused a DNA limitation at all. They point out that DNA research from the 1970s was limited and outdated by modern standards. Interest in human limitation diminished until late 2023, when new research uncovered evidence of a major genetic collapse between 800,000 and 900,000 years ago during the Calabrian stage of the Pleistocene. This earlier collapse involved an ancestral line of humans, not modern Homo sapiens, and left a population as low as 1,280 individuals, representing a 98.7% extinction rate, equivalent to a catastrophic event today that could kill around 7.9 billion people. With such a drastically reduced population, our ancestors would have been considered critically endangered, making them a rare sight compared to today's widespread human presence. Survivors of this genetic collapse faced a prolonged struggle, as estimates suggest this low population persisted for over 117,000 years. During this period, early humans fought to survive under extremely challenging conditions. Fossil evidence supports the existence of this collapse, with a notable scarcity of hominin bones dating between 950,000 and 650,000 years, and only a few specimens from this era. Interestingly, the remains available often raise more questions than answers due to unclear taxonomic status, leaving scientists uncertain about which Homo species experienced the event. Some research suggests that Homo antecessor can be ruled out based on skull comparisons, and that the affected species were more similar to Homo habilis, an archaic human thought to be a common ancestor of both ancient and modern humans. Another hypothesis is that the survivors of this bottleneck may have evolved into Homo habilis. Such evolutionary changes during bottlenecks are not uncommon in mammals, as reduced genetic variation can lead to new, distinct populations. Extinction events often drive significant evolutionary changes, compelling survivors to adapt or face extinction. So, what caused this crucial moment in human history, leading to the eventual rise of Homo sapiens? The main reason appears to be a major climate shift known as the Middle Pleistocene transition. This event drastically changed Earth's climate and ice patterns. Before the transition, ice ages lasted about 41,000 years with thin ice sheets. After the transition, ice ages became longer, lasting up to 100,000 years, with much thicker ice sheets. This added a lot of pressure on the environment. The shift, which happened between 1.25 and 0.7 million years ago, was likely triggered by a gradual drop in carbon dioxide and a decrease in certain surface materials. Instead of being a single event, it included several severe episodes, including the 0.9 Ma event. This particular episode is thought to have had a huge impact on early human populations because it was the coldest period and made conditions much drier across Africa and Eurasia. These changes drastically altered the landscape and made hunting much harder, which would have greatly affected our ancestors' ability to survive. Dental evidence provides crucial support for the theory of a significant climatic event impacting early humans. Many prehistoric animal remains from that period show distinct isotope levels, indicating that these animals had to rapidly change their diets to adapt to environmental changes. This suggests that the challenges faced were not limited to early humans, but humans experienced these difficulties more intensely than most other species. One key factor in the struggles of early humans was likely their limited control over fire. Researchers have noted that there is minimal evidence of fire use from the 0.9 million years ago event, which implies that our ancestors may not have been as technologically advanced as needed to withstand the extreme cold. The scarcity of fire sites is believed to be a significant reason why early humans suffered so much during this period. It is thought that recovery only began once the use of fire became more widespread. When early humans finally mastered fire, their numbers surged dramatically. By around 83,000 years ago, the population of archaic humans is estimated to have increased by over 2,000%, marking a remarkable recovery. In addition to fire, other technologies, such as clothing, might have influenced both the initial decline and the subsequent recovery. Despite the considerable damage endured by ancient humans, some species faced even worse fates, going extinct entirely, such as various types of pumas, Meganthropus, and Xenotherium. Marine life also suffered, with a study revealing that over 100 marine species went extinct during this period, highlighting how severe the environmental changes were. However, there is still debate over these theories. Some scholars reject the hypothesis of a climatic bottleneck, arguing that the proposed climate changes and timing might be incorrect. Others believe that the extinction event might not have happened at all, suggesting instead that random genetic mutations could have provided certain populations with a significant advantage. Even the researchers behind the original paper have acknowledged the need for further studies to validate their conclusions about the bottleneck. Since 2023, new research has furthered our understanding of the ancient human collapse, revealing both answers and new questions. An independent team has suggested that the collapse likely did occur, but it may have happened earlier than initially thought, possibly over 1 million years ago. This revision could mean that the 0.9 Ma event was not the primary cause of our ancestors' near extinction. Conversely, another recent study supports the original timeline of the collapse, but disputes the notion that climate alone was responsible. This research proposes that while climate changes were a trigger, the real factor behind the massive human population collapse was massive migrations out of Africa. As temperatures dropped and Africa became increasingly arid, expanding savannas pushed early humans out of their native lands. Ironically, they were able to migrate due to land routes that emerged from the growing ice sheets and rising water levels. However, the migration was fraught with extreme conditions, including severe shortages of fresh water, leading to high mortality rates among those who attempted the journey. The ongoing debate and research surrounding this topic shows the complexity of our ancestors' near extinction. As new findings emerge, they bring us closer to resolving these mysteries and understanding the full impact of these ancient events on human evolution. And that is it for today. As we close today's exploration into our ancestors' near extinction, it's clear that this ancient mystery is far from resolved. Recent research suggests the near extinction might have occurred over 1 million years ago, not necessarily linked to the Lake Toba eruption. Another study supports the original timing, but highlights mass migrations out of Africa, driven by harsh climate changes, as a key factor. Despite advances in understanding, debates continue over the exact causes and timing, with some questioning earlier theories and suggesting alternative explanations like genetic mutations. If you enjoyed this deep dive, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more insights. Share your thoughts in the comments. We enjoy interacting with you. Thank you for watching.